I'll start this by saying, my name is John, and you never know where an adventure might take you. For me, it goes from the news desk.
A peaceful rally was held at Memorial Park this afternoon as
to some breathtaking views. I could tell you more about myself, but who cares? Okay, I lied. One more thing. I don't want any kids, but some people said that would change as my age increased.
God, stuff stinks, man.
And now that I'm in my 30s, they were right. I went from not wanting kids to really not wanting kids. So a good question to ask is, how the hell did I end up with a child? One that's super hairy, has 4 legs, and is in desperate need of a Tic Tac. Yeah, no matter how you color it, that's my son. His name is Blue. We share an innate connection.
Get off that.
Not only do we both enjoy my bed, but him and I share a true love of the outdoors. And that love has reshaped our former square lifestyles.
Look at that.
Into 2 outdoor enthusiasts, 2 wilderness connoisseurs, and now it seems so natural for the 2 of us to be one with nature. There's only so much you can see from your phone. In life, you have to get out there and go explore. And that's what I did as I took my partner in crime with me, and that's how we became hiking buds. I adopted Blue more than 10 years ago from a shelter near Denver. We bonded right off the bat, and with so many of my friends coming and going in my life, he's been the one that's remained consistent. Before my college graduation, Blue put on a little too much weight. So prior to us leaving the nest, the vet told me he needed to drop some pounds. I knew I had to be more active with him, and with working in TV, the best medicine is fresh air. So when we moved, I decided to give hiking a try, in what seemed to be a step in the right direction. I then set a goal to hike as many trails as possible. And even though we're not ones to brag,
Finally made it to Hollywood. Look at that. Look at that.
consider that goal accomplished. I could have never predicted that the unpredictability of what we'd see on the trails would become my favorite parts, but it did. We saw everything from waterfalls to old structures like mills built in the late 1800s and cowboy line shacks with years of history to share once you stepped inside. A little shack like this in Denver, $3,000 a month. 2 incredible lakes, many of different colors, which were vibrant enough to catch your attention from miles away. And others that were so big, you could mistake them for the ocean. To all sorts of powerful rivers, which was the best place to sit back and relax and soak it all in. To multiple kinds of wildlife, both big and small. Ones who we shared the trails with, or others we were lucky enough just to see in passing. Or different kind of creatures that were easy to find, but hard to forget. Sad story about this caterpillar. Soon as I stopped recording, Blue stepped on it and killed it. Hashtag RIP. To lots of views from above, whether it was overlooking a canyon, overlooking a small city, or from the top of a mountain, where you feel like you're overlooking the world. To a wide variety of petroglyphs, an ancient form of communication that still speaks loudly to this day.
Is that you on that rock up there?
to amazing looking arches. And no, not his favorite kind of arches. The seasons might change, but that doesn't mean our fun has to stop. When this journey started, I could have never envisioned seeing all that we saw. Thanks to it all, it's never been more apparent to me how incredible Mother Nature is. But that's not to say the conditions in the wilderness can't be dangerous or rough at times. But reward usually doesn't come without some sort of risk. We've definitely had some mishaps along the way. I once took us camping and forgot the tent. Whoops. But views like this help make up for any blunders. And with so many free trails out there to explore, it makes sense that the sights you'll see are priceless. So whatever path you choose, just keep in mind, there's multiple ways to get from point A to point B. Point being, sometimes the long way is the way to go. When you're part of a society that's so connected, disconnecting is more crucial than ever. And the great equalizer is the great outdoors. No service is a service to you. Go somewhere where you can't be bothered by phone calls, social media, or your job. No service. Suck it. Little did I know how minuscule I was in this world. But that's no longer an intimidating thought. It just means I have that much more to see. And for Blue, that's even more important, just because he has way less sand in his hourglass than I do. Getting out has been so beneficial for both of us. Disconnecting has helped my anxiety and has cleared my mind from a stressful industry. And I've really noticed improvements with him. Not only is he slim and trim for the ladies,
ooh,
but most importantly, it gives him something to be excited about. Sometimes I sit back and think, what would Blue say if he could talk? I'd want to know if he remembers any of these trails or anything that we've seen. But the one thing that I do know is that the moment he hops into the car, he loves the journey. And that's all that really matters. I've learned so much from him since we started exploring the world. He's taught me just to have more fun. Fresh air and wind in my face are good things, and a long walk is a great way to spend the day. But one thing I'm continuing to learn from him, however, is something we all want: the key to happiness. Dogs live so simple. That equates to all the tail wagging. We can always try and teach a dog tricks like this.
Roll over. Play dead. Shake.
But in the bigger picture, dogs teach us more about life than we could ever know. Blue is doing great for his age, but I know eventually he's going to slow down. And I know one day he'll no longer be there when I call his name. Why do dogs die so quickly? It's hard to accept that your best friend will leave you one day when you have so much more time left.
Ready to go home?
Dogs are only here for a part of your life. But for them, you are their entire life.
Good boy.
We as their owners are in charge of what they see, what they do. And my biggest regret as Blue's owner would be looking back when his collar is empty and thinking, damn, I wish we would have done that together. So that's why I want to do as much as I can with him now. He may not understand it, but deep down, I think he appreciates it. But even though he's a senior, my dude is still going strong. 15-mile treks, overnight camping trips, hiking with his buddies. He loves every bit of it. And I do have to admit, sometimes I've gone places where I can't take him. I've tried explaining that to him, but it usually doesn't go over very well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he chewed this because I didn't take him hiking. What an asshole.
All things considered, he's the definition of spoiled. It's gotten to the point that when I see something of note and he's not with me, it's not as fun. It's pretty cool knowing you have a friend for life who's always ready to hit the trail. And I know that wherever I may be, he's always close behind. We continue to travel all across the country, checking out new forest and new trails. And there really isn't a hike that we won't do. I take it back. Maybe not that one. But for the rest of the trails, we're ready to go. So if you're on an adventure, there's a good chance you might see us. As we continue to write this book between a man, his best friend, and the trails we're leaving our 6 footprints on.